Hello and welcome back to day 2 of E3 coverage. Or is it day 3? Day 4? I think I've hit that sweet spot in E3 coverage where all days merge into one because I haven't been sleeping. Yes, hello everyone, I've been watching all the coverage coming out from E3 and I'm no longer really going to be talking about specific companies because the big 3 have already gone. And from this point on, it's pretty much just going to be little stuff here and there that catches my interest, so I'm just going to be recording stuff as it comes along. And 2 games just premiered that I am very interested in. The first one being Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining about the video game industry, and especially about E3, that most of it is just sequels. You know, it's kind of like movies now. Like, all the big things coming out are all just sequels. This is a brand new franchise. I've never heard of this. Never heard of Horizon at all, but it's a brand new video game that is coming out that is post-apocalyptic, which we've all heard of, we've all seen, oh my gosh, it's been done. This actually looks new and interesting to me, because it's after like all the high-tech cities have rose up and then crumbled and fallen. Nobody knows what caused it, because it was thousands of years ago, it's part of legend now, no one knows what happened back then. That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is that basically mankind has started over. You're all going back to like early man stages, and you know, with bows, arrows, that's your weaponry. However, your enemies, the wildlife running around this post-apocalyptic world, are the robots from the Matrix. Yes, apparently technology advanced so much that it just started building animals of itself. Like, I look at these things and I'm like, I don't know if there was a purpose for any of these animals. Like, some of them that you're fighting are like, okay, that was meant for scouting purposes. That one seems to be harvesting things. I don't know what that big sucker was for. But they look really cool, and they're moving like animals. Like, they really do kind of act like some brand new breed of like part wildlife, part dinosaurs just roaming the earth, and you are a hunter. And it's an open world game where you're just going out there and hunting. Basically, imagine Skyrim, but if they were all robots. Now, the first thing that I find interesting about this game is the design. I really enjoyed the design of this whole world. The protagonist, I love her look. I love that it's got, you know, kind of the more ancient design, but at the same time, it still looks modern. Like, almost like someone was like, all right, let's design something fashionable for today made out of animal pelts. And they did, and it looks really cool. But the robots, as I said, every single thing on these robots looks like it's working together. Like, it does look like part animal, part machine. I really dug that, but not like, you know, it's not like you're just looking at these things and it's like, okay, that's a bear made out of machine parts, that's a tiger made out of machine parts. There's things in there that they look like deer, kind of, but then they also look like a harvesting machine, just like jammed together. Or, you know, there's something that, yeah, it looks like a scouting machine, but it also looks like a snake kind of merged together. Like, it really does look like, not like just metal animals, but actual like machines that act animalistically. I don't think that's a word, but I used it. And yeah, the stealth, the way that you're interacting with the environment, it looks so cool. I love seeing the way that she took down the giant monster there at the end, because it really did look like this monster has got different stuff all over it, and every single piece of it is meant for a purpose. Like, she was firing at stuff on this monster that I didn't even see until it hit. Like, I had to rewind and go, oh shoot, there was a thing there that she could hit. All right. Now, my only real problem with this trailer is that the protagonist does not stop talking during it. And I don't mean during the narration at the beginning or at the end. I'm talking about during the actual gameplay.
Damn it. Better stay out of sight. Sorry, little one. I couldn't let you call for help. Perfect day for a hunt. This is going to be harder than I thought.
Oh, someone's angry! Stay still! Time to shut you down!
And I'm sure that was just for the trailer. I'm sure that was just for the trailer so that you could kind of get a sense of like how she talks and interacts with things. But if that's the actual gameplay throughout, I can see that getting really annoying, because nobody wants to hear any character talk that much. We want moments to be able to just take things in. So I want to see the actual like more gameplay of this. I want to see more of this coming up. I know that with something this huge, because this is open world, so it's going to be gigantic. I was not kidding when I said imagine Skyrim with robots. So it's going to be a while before we see anything more from it, but this is the #1 game right now that I am most looking forward to finding out more about. So alright, Horizon Zero Dawn, looking forward to it. The other game that just premiered that I really want to talk about is XCOM 2. I love the first XCOM game, and I was not expecting to, because that is not in any way my type of game. My screen is bright. Let me turn this down. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole like turn-based, moving your characters around the board kind of thing. It's a dark and gritty alien shooter. I'm not into that stuff. But that game was so much fun. That was one of those games that just sunk its fangs into me, and I was hooked. Like, I could not get away from it. Like, that was one of those games in which I was playing, it's like, oh, is that the sun outside? Oh, God. Well, there went my sleep time. And then the kind of sequel that we got to XCOM was XCOM The Bureau, in which it was like, yeah, nobody wants that kind of gameplay. That looks old and corny. We're going with some new higher tech graphics, and we're going to have it be like right there with you on the field. And man, that was not a good one. People did not appreciate that. So with XCOM 2, the first thing that you'll notice is they're going back to XCOM 1. They're not trying anything new on this, except for new aliens with new mechanics, and you've got new weapons. Like, you've got sword in this one, which is pretty cool, but there's a snake alien in here who can just whip and grab you across the stage. If that happens to me in gameplay, I'm gonna curse. I'm going to curse very loudly, and I preemptively apologize to all my neighbors. But the thing that I find really interesting is that in the first one, you were kind of like this United Nations, all the countries coming together to form an alien counter team, in which you had characters from all across the globe, and you were trying to repel the aliens as they were coming down to Earth. In this one, the aliens came down to Earth, and you lost. You're screwed. They came down, they took over, and they've rebuilt everything to basically like cage humans, to make humans think that they're working alongside them, but in fact they're actually slaves. I was listening to one of the developers talk about, and he said that the design of the cities was meant to be what aliens thought humans would like. And that sounds super creepy. It makes it sound almost like when you go to like one of those really crappy zoos where the animals are just in cages, but then they put like one potted plant in the corner and it's like, yeah, okay, it's just like the jungle over there. It's like, no, it's not. So I think that's going to create some really cool world designs, and your XCOM team is now like the defenders. Like, you are the rebellion. The aliens have taken over, and now you are on the run. You work like in these little tiny like secret compartments of the world where the aliens haven't found yet, and like it's just any of the survivors you can get together. I think that sounds really cool. But the most important thing, as I said, the gameplay is the same. The gameplay is the same, good. You do not mess with perfection. You got it right the first time. Leave it at that. Only thing you can do is add more, and I think that sounds great, and I'm looking forward to it. So there we go. That is my reactions to XCOM 2 and Horizon Dawn Zero Dawn. There we go. I'm tired. But if you guys enjoy this and you want to see more updates from me about E3, then hit that subscribe button right below me. And if you want to see more of my E3 press conferences, stuff here, things, I'm going to bed right now. Thanks, everybody. Just sleepy time.